Greetings once again, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan1979, joined in the booth by Pete T. How you doing today?
Doing well as always, Troy. My handle in the community is Ptitteri, but I'm not going to make you try to pronounce that.
Oh no,
you're like 0 for 100 in getting it. So yeah, we'll just move on.
That's why I let you do that. So today we are now advancing on to the first round of the losers bracket in our tournament that kicked off starting in the last few weeks of April, where we started with group play, and now we are in bracket play with the top 20 players that had advanced. And we have Ryan11P today as the Minnesota Vikings taking on QBLions. Both individuals had lost a game. We're going to have a link to the bracket in the description so you can kind of see the storyline of how they got to that point. But Ryan11P was the number 6 overall seed who got upset in his first game, and then QBLions was the number 17 seed. And I've had the chance of playing both these players, and I take that back. I've never played Ryan11P, but I've seen him play quite a bit, and then QBLions I have played. So very interesting, even balanced matchup here. We're going to get right into it.
Yeah, not surprised to see QBLions take the Redskins side of this. I know he really likes to run the ball. And Redskins are definitely the more balanced of the two teams. With Walker's 44 max speed on the Vikings, you can get a little bit of a run game going, but you certainly can't dominate. It's more of a counterpunch. So we'll look to see if QBLions can get a good run game going against that stout Vikings D.
So let's see, we have a weak side open here on this run 2 versus maybe that motion play to counteract or to pair up nice with that run 4. We see pass 4 there down to wide receiver 2 does not connect, and be interested to see how he leverages that weak side open play. And we have a called pass 1 here. Throws it down, and it's intercepted by Martin Mayhew right off the bat. So tried to throw it to Anthony Carter. Back-to-back plays there is not successful. And Mayhew with this high interception rating versus Whiskey Wade's pass control seems to have taken effect early here.
Yeah, it's just always a gamble when you toss it up with Wade, even to a great receiver. And it's not like Mayhew's interceptions are fantastic, but enough to get the job done against the likes of Wade Wilson.
And trying to scramble with Ripon is usually a losing battle with his 6 MS there. It gets taken down in the backfield, and now we're looking at a 3rd and 9, single back formation, run and shoot. Browner on defense goes to the run 3. Kind of called it before, he likes to run the ball, and Ryan is taking that away. So we'll see a field goal attempt here and try to turn this turnover into something positive. There's a rush on the kick and looks to be positionally well here and dings off the upright. QBLions taking the early lead 3-0. So
turned it into points, and he also established that he's not afraid to call run 3 in a long situation. So we may see that come back later if he's forcing Ryan to guess run. We may see the Redskins' really excellent passing game come into play. It's just whether QBLions feels comfortable leaning on it is another question.
So it looks like Clark is in for the returner. Now, I'm typically used to seeing Walker or Anthony Carter in that position. So interesting his choice there at kick returner. A single back formation, 2nd down and 10, and we see a called run 3 here, gobbled up in the backfield and lost. So we got 3rd and 16 coming up here.
Interesting he's going with green here. Yeah, usually in a clear pass situation, for you players who are not super familiar with the personnel, you probably want to go down to the bottom cornerback for the Redskins. Has a much better interception rating and is only a little slower than Darrell Green, really. Max speed 63. So pass situation, it's nice to have that speed, but, if you get stuck in a one-on-one deep situation, you'd much rather have the bottom cornerback than the top cornerback for the Redskins.
Rippa doing a nice job dodging defenders this time and throws it up to wide receiver 2 on pass 1. Gary Clark way over his head and even over the head of the defenders. Now we're going to see 2nd down and 10. Pass 4. Looks like he got caught in a run, but throws the ball early and dodges a bullet there thrown right into the hands of Browner.
Yeah, that's a coin flip there, whether that gets picked off. Really got away with a bad choice there.
Now he's going up to Riggs with his 19 receptions. He comes down with the ball. And the out taps. This is unbelievable.
I think
Riggs to the 10, to the 5. Dodges the defender in the end zone. Touchdown, QBLions.
We need to find Riggs's phone number in real life and tell him he just made the best pass play of his entire career. That was not what you expect to get out of Gerald Riggs, but you're happy when you get it.
Well, that's enough to change the skin color of a player in a video game.
No comment on that.
Oh, that's identity theft right there, pretending to be a wide receiver. And now Ryan11P down 10 takes a stab here. Going into the second quarter down 10 points. Plenty of time in this game, but I think he'd like to get a short memory here about just how poorly he's played and how poorly his players have played for him. And now just doing the wise thing, keeping it on the ground, being patient.
Yeah, it's really, you might be tempted after that first interception QBLions had to figure you're playing with house money and go for the touchdown even in 4th and long, but you see how that first field goal really changes the complexion of the game. You get up 2 scores. It's a world of difference.
And this is an elimination game for both of these players. They have both lost already. This is a double elimination bracket. And this time, the ball is, even though he wasn't getting rushed, Wilson throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, it can be really frustrating with him. It's like sometimes he seems like he can play like he's Joe Montana, and sometimes he plays like he's Jeff George. You kind of just don't know what you're going to get.
Pass 4 here. Looks like he's caught in a run, and we'll see how QBLions deals with it. Underneath the Anthony Carter. Tackle in the middle of the field, and first down, Ryan11P, 3:40 left in the second quarter. And we see that weak side open run play, and we'll see if Green can get through. And he does make contact and stuffs it for a 1-yard gain. Nice play there by QBLions.
Yeah, he really destroyed the line there, coming through from the top with Green.
The same running right at Green. And when you have someone like Green and you're kind of leaning on that you expect that run 1 to be a little more effective in his direction, but he actually only gets 1 or 2 yards on that play. Nice maneuvering there to get that to the RB2 Fenny on pass 4 there. Literally in just arm's reach of that pass, and he gets.
QBLions played good defense there. He was between the 2 open receivers, and it was just excellent execution by Ryan.
Forced attempt there to Jordan. Given the situation, you need 2 scores. You got to be somewhat conservative here. Underneath the Fenny, nice juke, gets the first down. QBLions going for the dive there. Not sure if that was completely necessary. If we've established who's got the faster taps here.
Yeah, you saw that last play. QBLions was leaning on run too. He's really playing that run defense hard. So we'll see if he gets exposed here.
And we got some decent coverage. Anthony Carter's open the back of the end zone. Throws it down to Hassan Jones, who does get the covered catch. So a nice break there for Ryan11P. Definitely needs that. And needs a score either way, but you'd love a touchdown here. Forces the throw here. And it's errant.
So good throw would have been a touchdown.
He is open here, and this is risky because, again, 2 scores are needed, 4th down and 2. Ryan not hesitating 1 moment, single back formation, and we see a pass goes right back to it, and he's out of position. It looks like Fenny is open.
Comes through, yeah. It's a gutsy call by Ryan, but hey, he believed in his goal line offense there and came out with the outcome he was looking for.
So Whiskey Wade going to the craps table and coming out with the 7. So we have a 7-10 game here, and this game looks a whole lot different as we're in the final minute of the second quarter.
Yeah, with the Redskins though, you can toss it up to Monk, you can toss it up to Clark, even toss it up to Sanders if he's open and in good coverage. So. He's definitely, you're always in striking distance.
Be interested to see at some point does Millard come in and force the issue. And we called it going up to Gary Clark here. Just out his reach. And
yeah.
Browner
I actually
also
like taking Browner back here because with the poor pass control of Rippin, you got a good chance of just sucking that ball right into Browner. Whereas if you rush with Millard and things go wrong and you get a Gary Clark catch out there, all of a sudden he's fast enough to take it to the house, even if he only catches it at the 50.
Well, dodges a bullet there with the blocked pass at the end of the half, so he only gets one shot down the field. And but he gets the ball back here, just QBLions, so he still has the momentum. If he can get a touchdown on this possession.
It's like we had Biner in good there, which is a good sign for him.
Gary Clark also in good, so it'll be interesting to see if he can get him down the field with some more.
Yeah, I think you're going to see more run in this drive than we've been seeing here.
It looked like he had a clean alley there right up the middle and decided to bounce it outside and then end up getting caught in his own traffic. First down, right up the gut there for Biner, back-to-back run twos.
Yeah, I think that's, with the Redskins' strong offensive line, I think that's a nice play. It puts Ryan in a bad spot because either Browner or Millard are not in a fantastic position to stop that play.
And has Gary Clark underneath there and just overthrows him.
Yeah, I'm sure Rippin would like that one back. That would have been a game-changing play there if he could come down with it.
Looks like Ryan's somewhat caught in a run here. Going cross field to Riggs. This is definitely dangerous. And drops incomplete, and now we've got fourth down. Obviously, if he just kept it on the ground, it looked like he might have had enough to just get that first down on the ground.
Yeah, I think Riggs looked open down there, and sometimes you see him streaking open, and your finger taps B before your brain can stop you to make the more conservative play. I certainly understand that feeling.
Understanding the situation is certainly a thing that Tecmo veterans take into the game with them. And now we see pass 3 here. And looks like Ryan is content to drive this down the field and go up to Anthony Carter. A little early to be chucking bombs at this stage?
I mean, he might be. It's never a bad thing to go to Carter. And he might be setting up, keeping the underneath pass open for the rest of the drive. Just making sure QBLions is staying honest when he does drop back into coverage.
And underneath to Carter this time on pass 2. Just too much time, too much field to have to cover there with that play. So now we have another run and shoot, and looks like back to Green. Same play. This time underneath is covered, so we have RB2 and Jordan open here. So Fenny and Jordy in the pattern. And caught by Jordan, diving grab there against
Yeah,
Mayhew.
And like we were saying, when you drop Green back into coverage, you're going to get that situation. His interceptions are just not strong enough.
And Herschel Walker on that run 1 up top and takes the lead. So Ryan overcoming adversity as the upper seed here, having faced it in the first game, is battled back here, and we'll see if QBLions can mount some offense here and take the lead back here as the third quarter is almost expired.
Yeah, I hope QBLions can take a deep breath here, realize he's still, he's kind of still in the driver's seat. He's got the ball. He's only down 4 points. Just have a nice sustained drive here, patient, work the ball up the field, and see if he can come up with 7.
This is the first run 3 we've seen that's not called. So Ryan coming off of that play, don't know how long he was sitting on it, but Briner with a huge run there, about 60 yards on that one, and we see now in that Tecmo red zone, if you will, the 30-yard line, really the entire playbook is open, goes over the top to Monk.
Oh, man.
And Ryan's got to be kicking himself, getting baited on that one. And just like that, QBLions takes the lead. Plenty of time in the game for both players, but wonderful rotation there, and gets it up to Monk for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's so tempting to come back and try to prevent the first down there, especially when you see the quarterback right at the line of scrimmage. You think he's going to dump it underneath, and just 1 second of hesitation, and all of a sudden the other team's got 7.
Jesse Clark on the return here, and boy, the Redskins got down the field in a hurry. They are pumped up after that touchdown.
Yeah, well, when your top cornerback, when you kick to the bottom, your top cornerback, your Haddix or Darrell Green or Rod Woodson can get down the field in a hurry, and even you occasionally see a safety when those guys go into good or excellent condition. So against a poor returning team like the Vikings, you can definitely be sweating bullets trying to get out of the end zone against Darrell Green down there.
Run 4 incoming here, called play. Throws it up to Hassan Jones, incomplete. And third down coming up here. Big third down for Ryan11P in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'd like to see QBLions use Mayhew a little more here in a pass situation, in case he gets caught one-on-one.
And we have another pass to jump to Carter, but gets knocked down by, I think, Todd Bowles there.
Ooh, man, he's putting it all on the line right here.
This may be the game. 4th down and 10. Back to the pass 2. Goes up for the JJ attempt. Gets the diving grab. Gutsy call, but probably the right one in that situation.
I mean, he's a guy who has confidence in his offense. I think if it's me, I'd probably punt it away and hope for a lucky turnover, but that's why he's Ryan11P and I'm not.
Did you buy his pajamas yet?
I think they're on order.
And another JJ to Anthony Carter, and looks like QBLions does have the taps just by a little bit.
Yeah, like 11 to 10 there, huh?
So that's saving him a touchdown. And that play is just murdering QBLions' defense. He's got to find a way to get his guy in the right position to knock that ball down.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see you come a little closer to the line of scrimmage, and then you can get in a position to knock it down before it gets to the receiver. But against a good top receiver there like Anthony Carter, even so, you're going to have a pretty high completion rate as the offense.
And now we see the weak side open, and he had some. And this time he gets knocked down.
Yeah, remember we said earlier how Green was taking out the top of the line there, but it's a risky move. I mean, there you see it. He goes for the clearing block there on the offensive line, but gets bounced instead, and it's an easy touchdown for Ryan.
So 21-17 the score, and plenty of time here for QBLions if he can dig deep and get down the field here. He's got the speed on the field to do it, and Rippon's in good here, so he can maneuver a little bit if he needs to buy some time.
Yeah, Biner's still in good. With a minute 30, you don't totally have the run off the table. I mean, we saw him break a 60-yarder earlier. Getting out to the 40 or 50-yard line makes a pretty big difference when you're throwing the last couple passes.
We have a called pass 4. Overthrow and dodge in interception. The drone.
Man, thought that was a pick there. He's got to be breathing a sigh of relief after that.
And for the folks at home, the typical hot route there is to the running back. And if you can buy some time, maybe you can come back to RB2. Sometimes that player will come open, or even wide receiver 1 will come open as the play develops.
Yeah, it's tough when your quarterback is so immobile there. With Rippon back there, your choices are really limited.
And you can't go so far in the back of the end zone. Nice dodge there. He's got to let this go if he wants more than one shot at it. And this one is intercepted by Browner. Yeah,
remember at the end of the first half, you're saying you bring Browner back there, and he's like a magnet. Sometimes that ball is just going to hone right in on him, and it's all over. Would have rather seen a punt there, I think, from Ryan. He kind of risked a fumble return there, but
yeah, the very least throw that ball somewhere and get it out of your hands, right? But hey, close game here, entertaining game. Fortunately for QBLions, just couldn't drive that ball down the field with enough time, and that late pick was all she wrote.
Yeah, I feel like he gave up on the run a little early there. He was having success moving the ball, and against the Vikings, their pass defense is just so stout. If you can't get the run going, and they're dropping Millard or dropping Merriweather back into coverage, and you got Browner and Lee, it can just get ugly trying to thread passes through there with Rippon, even with good wide receivers.
Well, Ryan11P with 4 yards on the ground, but 245 through the air, which is enough to combine for more than all the combined yards on the other side of the ball. And I think that's really the story. He was able to get yards in big chunks when he needed it, despite getting down early and putting a donut in the first quarter, coming back with 3 touchdowns in 3 quarters. That's a nice showing for Ryan11P. So.
Yeah, he's a great player. I mean, that's what you expect out of him. And I think a good showing from QBLions here as well. He really had a good chance to win the game. He hung in, took advantage of an early break and moved the ball through the air and on the ground. Just not quite enough to overcome that really skilled passing attack from Ryan.
So Ryan11P advances in the tournament. QBLions is he has the same fate as myself. We'll be riding the pine, watching from the sidelines or from the stands, and seeing how the rest of this tournament develops. And I mentioned we'll put a bracket link to our challenge bracket so you can see how everything else is developing in our tournament. So, hey Pete, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me today.
Hey, always a pleasure, Troy. Glad to help out, and always great to watch some excellent players play some Tecmo.
I agree, absolutely. Well, folks, if you like this one, give us a like on the video, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you didn't like it, let us know your thoughts about the comments, or in the comments, what you thought about this game. And if you're interested in checking out the online Tecmo scene, there's nothing magical about it. It's simply guys getting together online and playing with an emulator, and it's something we can help you through the process of getting connected to our community, and it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel and you want to see the rest of the videos from this tournament, hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to take a peek at what else we have going on here in GBLAN. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time on GBLAN Online Tecmo.